Welcome everyone to Blaugrana Planet, welcome back to a new video, and today we have a lot to talk about because Joan Laporta has spoken about Haaland. Today, literally a few hours ago, Joan Laporta made a very spooky statement about the state of the signing of Haaland. And we're gonna analyze all his words, not only the headlines. No. I've seen on Twitter the headlines going all around. We want to analyze the whole speech of Joan Laporta, the whole answer to the question which Laia Tudel, the reporter from Esport 3, Catalan reporter, made to Joan Laporta. By the way, very clever question from the reporter. So without further ado, guys, let me ask you to smash the like button and of course subscribe before we actually start speaking about the words of Mr. Joan Laporta about Haaland. So today, this morning, there was a game between Football Club Barcelona Femení, so the women's team, against Real Madrid. It was El Clásico for the women's team, and if Barcelona Femení won the game, we were lifting the La Liga title. We did win 5-0, and we did lift the title. And Joan Laporta was there, and after the celebration gave a small interview, not really an interview, just said a few words to Esport 3, the Catalan TV, also TV3, and he literally said the following. First of all, he said that we are working hard in order to improve the squad, basically, and the words were, we are working to reinforce the squad for next year. Mateu Alemany and Jordi Cruyff are working in order to achieve it. Okay, so very open. By the way, the question was very smart because the reporter said, by the way, we're gonna analyze all the answers of Joan Laporta because this was just the headline and there's a bit more of the headlines, but I have the full answer of Joan Laporta. I took it and I wrote it down because the answer is in Catalan, and as you guys know, I speak Catalan. I'm from here, from Barcelona, and I bring it to you guys. That's why you should like and subscribe. By the way, Laia Tudel, which was the reporter, said, today we saw some Norwegian flags at the Johan Cruyff Stadium, supporting some of the Barça Femení players, right? Because there's a couple players of Barça Femení which are Norwegian. And said, will Barça fans be able to bring the Norwegian flags next year to Camp Nou to see Haaland? Can we be optimistic? That was the question. Very smart way of putting the question because they were there to talk about Barça Femení, not about Haaland. But obviously Haaland is one of the main topics, the hottest topics, right? So Joan Laporta replied that they're working on it, and he followed with, there are operations which I understand people are excited about, and these are very difficult. Even if we had a better economy, I don't think we should be making certain operations. Very cold, hard truth from Joan Laporta, who literally backed the statement of not paying more than 10 million euro to a player in the next during his mandate, in the next few years. Something that Bartomeu didn't respect at all. You know, we were throwing money around with Bartomeu, but I think that Laporta would be open to make some exceptions, like Haaland, right? One exception or two exceptions maximum, right? I mean, you still had Messi. Messi was earning 50 million euro per year. 50, not 30, not 25, not 20, 50 million euro per year. Obviously, you can't compare Haaland to Messi. But I think this statement is the one that broke the internet. This part of the answer is the part that hurt us the most. But there is still hope, guys. There is still hope. Laporta kept on saying, we have to apply criteria and rationality to the world of soccer. We are here to manage a soccer club, that is Barça, in which the economic situation has not been reversed, right? So obviously, we're still in a downturn in terms of the economy, in terms of the finance. And he kept on going saying, this is the priority that is combined with making an increasingly powerful team. Okay, so we need to reverse the economical situation while making a better team. Okay, it is arguable if this Haaland deal fits in this criteria, right? And he finalized the answer saying, we will be at all but we will not do any operation that endangers the institution. Okay? He literally says we will be at all, meaning that he will be, the club will be at every operation. They will attempt it. Basically, that's what he's saying. Laporta will attempt the signing of Erling Haaland. But through those words, and what I really think that he's trying to tell us, is that he's not gonna go crazy for Erling Haaland. And in fact, in one of the videos that we released this past week about Erling Haaland in this channel, we said that in terms of the money, we cannot compete. We cannot compete. And I think that today Joan Laporta is making it clear. We're not gonna compete in terms of money. We're not. Haaland, you're gonna have an offer for Football Club Barcelona. Yes, you will. You will have an offer. But it's not gonna be some crazy offer. It's not gonna be the highest offer that you're gonna get. Because here in Barcelona, we don't value the money so much. In fact, we don't have the money so much, you know. But what we do is the history of a club with a good coach. We have a good president. We have a young team. You can join us. And we have a good relationship with the agent. You know, all of this we talk about in more detail in the video. As I said, that's called The Truth About Haaland and Barcelona, which we released this past week. So again, I see a lot of pessimism in the social media saying, "Oh, this is over. Laporta is not going to go for Haaland." No, guys, you're wrong. Laporta is going to go for Haaland. But it was pretty clear. We cannot compete in money. We can't. And literally the words of Joan Laporta are restating the fact that we're not going to compete in terms of money. But we have other tools to compete. Okay? So guys, don't be so pessimistic. If Haaland was very valuing the project and you know, and he wanted to come to Spain, it is clear that Barcelona is the choice. Okay? But we knew that the money, Man City, right, the dad also of Haaland, Alfie Haaland, has a good connection with Manchester City because he played there. There is Pep Guardiola over there, even though he's going to be there for 1 year and a half more. They have the money to pay Erling Haaland whatever he wants. Maybe PSG as well, you know, you can put him in the operation, but I think it's clear Haaland is not going to go to PSG, because you go to PSG, you do nothing there. You only win the French league, nothing else, or maybe the French Cup, but nothing else, because PSG is a small club. And today we saw why PSG is a small club, guys, because if Barcelona cannot target Haaland, guys, for any reason, right, for the economical, imagine that we fail to sign Haaland, maybe we could try for Leo Messi. Because Leo Messi, it is clear that he's not happy in Paris. Leo Messi is not at all happy in Paris. In fact, today, something that brought tears to my eyes and left me a bit heartbroken for Leo Messi is the fact that he was booed, he was whistled in his own stadium. Their own fans, basically the PSG fans, if you can call them fans of any way, they were whistling Leo Messi. How on earth? I'm lost for words, man. I wanna just shout at these people. The disrespect. They don't deserve this player. The amount of hate, the amount of disgrace that these people are showing to the best player in the history of the football, of the sport, probably of all the sports. The amount of disrespect that they're showing to this player is incredible. And it really, my blood is boiling, because I cannot let this happen. Leo Messi should be departing from PSG. Maybe come back to Barcelona, maybe, but go. I don't matter where you go. Just go, just leave PSG. Because that's a club, they don't deserve you, but not even for 200, 300, 500, 1 million, 1,000 million. They don't deserve anything from you, Messi. They don't deserve anything. Zero they deserve. So you better leave the club. Because for the best of yourself, for the best of football, for the best of the sport, for the best of every fan that there is in the world, except the PSG fans, which have shown to be disgraceful people. Disgraceful, people. And let me tell you that it's probably not all the PSG fans, because I bet that there's PSG fans which appreciate Leo Messi a lot. And I am sorry for these kind of fans that they have to share a fan base with these other idiots. And I'm sorry for the swear word, but it's like that. It's like that. So in terms of Haaland, guys, let me just make a little statement about Haaland, and I'm sorry about how I got a bit angry, but it's making me boil. In terms of Haaland, guys, Laporta is not backing off. Okay, it's not backing off. At least that's my opinion. In fact, Laporta has always said, look, if we are going to target a player, let's not speak about the player. Let's not make a public announcement. Let's not go with a banner like, Haaland, come to Barcelona. You know what I mean? Laporta is not going to do that. He's not going to do that. He's not. Laporta is going to remain silent, keep a low profile, and then make the bid. Then make the bid. You know we cannot compete in terms of money. Or, the other side of the argument would be that Laporta is giving up on Erling Haaland. And you know what? It could be possible. It could be possible. Maybe right now the negotiations are going on, and maybe Raiola has told Laporta that, look, listen, Haaland wants to join Manchester City because they offer 10 more million. I don't know. We don't know. We don't have this information. So I leave it up to you guys. But in terms of my opinion, I just don't think that Laporta is giving up. Well, it could be possible that we're giving up. But I think that Laporta is going to try, to send in their offer. We sent Xavi to Munich to try to convince Haaland. Let me know, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I know it's an open debate. There's a lot to talk about. By the way, there was this article people are asking me to talk about. There's this article I want to show you. This is the article from Jack Gauhan from the Daily Mail, which said Man City have a deal in place to sign Erling Haaland this summer. And well, you have the article, and it talks about that there is a deal in place, and there is a relationship between the family and a very important journalist from Norway. His name is Jan Age Forot, and he said there is nothing new to report. Okay, so this article, guys, forget about it. I know that it's now it's getting force, is getting strength with the words of Joan Laporta. But I really believe this reporter that's close to the family of Haaland, because he's there. He's very close to the family of Haaland. He's Norwegian, and he probably knows what he's talking about. So I leave it up to you guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know. I see other people say, "Oh, Laporta is a scam. He promised Haaland." I don't know where you guys are getting that from. Laporta never promised Haaland. He always said we're going to do our best possible. He never said any names. But, it's freedom of speech, guys. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Of course, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, guys. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you get notified as soon as I release my next video. And as I always say, Visca el Barça, Visca Catalunya, and see you in the next video. By the way, today we are going to Barça Osasuna. There will be a vlog later tonight. Vamos, Barça.